Hey, what's up guys, Scyye here. Welcome back to another video. Now, before we start, I just want to say there might be a bit of a difference in my code here. One second, I'm just going to adjust my microphone, might hear a bit of noise. There might be a bit of difference in code here because I accidentally deleted the other one, so I had to, redo everything. So if there's a tiny bit of difference in code, I apologize. Nothing should be too bad that you can't follow along, but just in case. Today we're making the actual items themselves. Today is Saturday. Well, it's technically Friday, but I'm releasing this Saturday. So Monday will be the day that I teach you all how to add custom abilities and custom recipes to your items. Now, there's going to be a bonus episode to this that's just going to teach you and give you some tips on how to, I guess, get your plugin approved on CurseForge. And that is actually quite an easy thing to do. A lot of people find it sort of difficult, so I'll be sure to do all that. Now, we're going to right-click on this, on our main package here, new package, and we're going to call this items. Now this is going to stall over item data, so that's going to be our recipes, our items, our abilities, and anything else you want to add. So in your items, go to new, and I'm just going to call this item manager because we're going to be managing all of our items in here. And remember that on the main.java we have to do extends Java plugin. We don't have to do anything here. We just have to, it just is fine how it is. Now, before we start, when you're making keys, like how you don't really want to type out the full name because they get very long. Like in wacky items, there's something called the penguin staff. And in the code itself, it's called the P staff. There's the Mojo staff, it's called the M staff. There's the LE staff, it's called the E staff. So you might want to shorten everything. And the thing with that is you'll get a lot of spelling errors. So to fix that, at the start, before your code and anything, before you're doing anything, right before where it says public class item manager, you can do @suppress warnings, and then in quotation marks all, and you don't have to add anything to the back of this. It's weird. I don't know why. I guess because it's like I don't know what this would be called. But yeah, it's not like normal code. It's like telling the code what to do. So I'm going to be making some. Let me just go into streamer mode. I apologize. Discord. Let me just go into streamer mode. Okay. One second. One second, he's asking something about a game we're making. Okay. Sorry about that. So in most Java, most Java IDEs, you can make comments. So you can make comments like by doing // and then a comment. So this works in, as far as I'm aware, Visual Studio Code and IntelliJ. I think it works in Eclipse as well. Some things might use hashtags or double hashtags or whatever, or one slash or whatever. I don't know, but usually it's 2 slashes. So I just like to label everything. So we're gonna do public static. This is actually not supposed to be capitalized, so I probably should, just so we can, just for it, it's up to you guys. I want to label it for you guys so you are able to know what everything does and what to put where. So we're gonna do public static item stack and then item like that, just so we know like what we're putting here. So all you have to do is public, which says anything can use this, static, so it doesn't like change. It's a static value. Item stack from org.bucket.inventory. And now here's where you put the code name of your item. So I'm going to be making a well, I want to demonstrate abilities, so let's do super sword. But I'm gonna do S sword because again, you want to make it as short as possible, and then you add a semicolon at the end. Now, if you want to add more, because I know that some tutorials that I've watched don't actually show you how to make more, you're just gonna again public static item stack. Let's just make make super like tools, I guess. So super pick or something. So let's pick, and I'll show you how to make each of these in a bit. Now, next thing we're gonna need is to create the actual creating them methods. We're gonna make the things to actually be making them. So again, create methods. Sorry. Now, here we're going to do public, again, so it's public, so anything can use it. Static, so it doesn't change. Void, so that we don't actually return anything. We're not returning, like, a true or false statement here. And then you can do, like, create S sword or something. Or, if, again, you want it to be super short, you can do CS sword. I'm going to do create. Now, again, because it's method, we have to put that and then just end it. Now, you will get an error. Don't worry about that, because we haven't actually used this method, so it shows an error. We're going to go down, and we're going to do public static void create s pick. And again, same thing. Now, here's where we make the actual... Sorry, I did that completely wrong. I apologize. That was stupid of me. We need to make this public static void init, and then in here we do it. So public static void init, and then in here we do. I am sorry, that was stupid of me. We do create s sword creates s pick. I apologize for that. That is my fault. Again, these will show errors because we haven't actually used them yet. Now, under here, you're going to do public static void, and that's going to be calling everything that's in here. So we're going to be calling each of these once. So create s sword, and we're going to do that. And now here we go. This is where the item creation starts. We have create s sword, we have everything set up. Now we just need to actually make it. Now, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff we can do here. First, I'm not going to be showing you exactly how I did it in my plugin, because it's actually not the most, like, I feel like it's not the simplest way, but I will be showing you all like what to do. So we're going to be now, okay, basically the way Java works when you're making a variable is you do the type that it is. So like, let's say this is obviously we're not doing this right now. We're not doing int methods right now. So int, like an integer. So we're gonna do int, and then we're gonna do name of it. So like horses or something, I don't know, equals, and then the value, so 8. So whenever we call horses, when we need an integer value, it would count as 8. So if that makes sense to you. So the type that we're doing right now is an item stack. And what we're going to call it is up to you completely. I'm going to call it item. You can call it sword. You can call it s sword. You can call it goo goo gaga. It doesn't matter. It will work no matter what. Just needs to use the same name throughout the entire thing. Equals new. So we're creating a new item stack. And now there's 2 things you need to put in here. Here, you see right here, you can hover over it and it shows you. So you can either just do the material and the amount, which is default 1, and then the material and then a short, and then its damage, and then that you can do a lot. I'm going to be doing this, so we're going to be doing material dot, and I'm going to make this a iron sword. And you can just send that there. I like to specify 1, but it's up to you. So basically, whenever you call this item stack, it will be a stack of 1 iron swords. Now, next thing we're going to do is set up the meta. So item meta, that's what this is, a type of item meta. We're going to call it meta, just to make it easier, equals item dot get item meta. Now this is going to be getting the item meta. I'm going to import this. This is going to be getting the item meta from this item, and then we can edit it. Item meta is the lore, the enchants, the attributes, the flags, everything. Everything is item meta. Now we're going to do meta.set display name first. Actually, I'm probably just going to set up all the variables first. So we're going to do a list. So we're going to, this is a list of something. So we're going to do a list of string. We're going to do a list of the different strings. And then we're going to call this lore equals new array list. And basically, I'll just close that off. Let me just import class. There we go. So we're making a list of strings, calling it lore, and it equals new array list. Now, we're going to do meta.set display name, and we're going to do a string here. So we're going to do in parentheses, and you can go into the description, and let me just open up this right here. Sorry. So you can go into the description, and you'll find a link that brings you to the list of color codes. Now, the list of color codes are for item names and item lore and everything. And you can just copy the symbol that it gives you and just use it. So that's the symbol, and I have most of them memorized, so I don't need the website open, but if you're just starting out on this, you might need it open. I'm going to make it dark red, which is 4. You can do purple, you can do green, you can do lime green, you can do white, you can do gray, you can do a lot. So I'm just going to do 4 for now. And I'm just going to call this super sword. This is the item name of it. This is the name of the item. Like how, like, when you look at an anvil, when you rename something, this is what's going to show up there. Next thing we need to do is add things to the lore. So we're going to do lore.add. And we're going to add, let's say, this item is very super or something. And then lore.add. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna make this that. And I'm gonna make the super golden and bold. Lore. By the way, I'd recommend launching Minecraft just so you can test everything out. Lore.add. If you can hold this, you're super. Okay, I'm not gonna make a thing that makes only certain players be able to hold it, but you get the idea. You can try and do that. I'm not going to. If you want to add a space, you just do lore.add a blank string and then close it up. I'm gonna do another thing here. So lore.add Do you think you're worthy enough? Lore.add. Try holding it to find out. Now, we're going to do here, here, and there we go. Now we're going to do meta dot set lore. So again, the lore, we're going to do the variable. So the variable is just this entire string. Now, you can do meta dot set unbreakable. I'm gonna set this to true. I want the item to be unbreakable. If you don't want it to be unbreakable, there's no reason to add this. Just put it. Just don't even touch it. Now we can add enchants, item attributes. Attributes are annoying, but I will try to help you with that. So we're gonna do meta dot add, and you can see we can add item. We can add item flags, enchants, and attribute modifiers. Now we're gonna do an enchant first, and we're gonna give this enchantment dots. Let's give this smite, and then this is gonna be the level of it. I'm gonna do 15 or something, and then this is, I'm going to set this, I'm pretty sure, what is this? This is, okay, this is going to be, just set this to, I think it's false, no, it's true, I think. True. Well, we can test it out later. This is if you're going to respect the vanilla enchants. It might also bypass, I don't know. But that has something to do with, like, going over the vanilla enchants. So, like, obviously Smite 15 doesn't exist. Next thing we're going to do is an item flag. So, meta, you can obviously do meta.add and do as many enchants as you want. Meta dot also, one more thing quickly before we go into item flags. If you want it to just have the glow and you don't want it to do anything, like you don't have any special abilities, as long as it's not a fishing rod, if you do meta dot add enchants, there's multiple of these. You can do so enchantment dot, you can do lock for anything other than fishing rod. You can do infinity for anything other than arrow underscore infinite, and for anything other than a bow. You can do what else is there? You can do loyalty for anything other than a trident. You can do channeling for anything other than trident. You can, there's a bunch you can do. You can do riptide. So if you just want it to have the glow, but you don't want it to like give it any special abilities, you can do those. I'm gonna do meta dot. I'm gonna do. Where is it? Okay, that's item flags. Okay, so meta dot add item flags. I'm gonna do item flag dots, and there's a bunch of them. Hide placed on, hide destroys, hide die, hide attributes, hide unbreakable, hide basically hide potion effects for potions. Hide placed on, not sure what that does. Hide destroys, that's for adventure mode. Hide die, that's for leather armor. If you die it, it won't show that it's died. Hide attributes, that hides all the attributes. That's like where it says like damage 5, knockback resistance 2, that kind of stuff. Hide unbreakable, if you set it to unbreakable, it will show unbreakable at the bottom, else you hide unbreakable. And hide enchants, it hides the enchants. So if you're just showing them for the glow, again, add any of those enchants I just mentioned, and hide enchants. I'm going to hide unbreakable. You can also, again, do as many of these as you want. Dot hide enchants, because it shows up stupid when you do above vanilla. So it will show like, I think it's like enchantment.level.15 instead of like instead of like smite xv or something. So I guess you can like add that like here if you want. So like if you wanted to do that, you can do like this, and then add a space there, and then do lord dot add 6, I guess, smite xv, and you can do that if you want, I guess. It's up to you. I apologize for the you guys can't even hear that. Now we're gonna do meta dot. Okay, now you know attributes are insanely annoying to do. I'm going to quickly find one of these that uses that because I'm like copying off my other code that I've already written. All right, here we go. This is going to be annoying. We're gonna create variables. You're gonna need a variable for each of these, and they're very long. So it's attribute modifier, and then obviously again a name. We can call it modifier equals new attribute modifier, and then you're gonna do UID, and I'm just gonna do a random UID. You can do from string, you can do bytes, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna do random. I would recommend random. And then the type. So you can do if you want to look at like what options there are, you can do meta dot add attribute modifier attribute dot, and then these are all them. So I'm going to be giving it armor toughness, I guess. No, not armor toughness. What about let's do movement speed. So it'll make you go faster. So we're gonna do generic underscore movement underscore speed, and then comma, and then so after the modifier, give it the value. So I'm going to be doing let's make it give you like 30.0. Now this means absolutely nothing right now. What next thing we're gonna do is the operation. So this is again, amount. I didn't do anything wrong. I just forgot about commas. We're gonna do attribute. You can do attribute modifier dot operation dot. Now here are the different things. You can either add Scyye, or you can add number, or you can multiply it. I'm just gonna add it. If you want it to like times 3 speed, you can put that to 3 and do multiply. I'm gonna tell the player that it makes them go super fast in the item lore. I'm gonna tell them that. Holding this makes you go fast. And there we go. Okay. So it will add 30 to your movement speed. And now you can either end that there, or, by the way, this is base. This is going to be your main hand. If you wanted to do different things in different hands, you can copy this and add comma equipment slot dot, and then there's on your chest, on your feet, on your hand, on your head, in your hand, sorry, legs, or in your offhand. So offhand is probably the most common. Hand is useless because it's automatically like that. Hand is main hand, by the way. So I'm going to just delete that, but if you want to do that, you can. Okay. So if you want, again, just like last time, if you want to do more, if you want to add more to these, you can just copy everything I do again. But again, you have to like make this like modifier 2 or something, or modifier 1 or whatever. You have to change that, obviously, because you can't use the same variable twice. Now we're going to be doing, if you don't already have this typed out, I'll just show you. It's meta dot add attribute modifier, and then you're going to do what type it is. Attribute dot generic movement speed, and then modifier. This is just to make it easier to read. You can obviously, I'm pretty sure you can just do this. Yeah, you can literally just do that if you want. But I think it makes it a lot easier to read and handle more of them if you have it like this. But you can literally just have like one huge long line. Again, like you can even change the value. So if you want this to, like, let's say it gives you 30 movement speed when it's using up your main hand, but if you just want to have it in your offhand, it only gives you, let's say, like 15 or something. Again, modifier 1, comma, equipment. I cannot spell. Equipment slot dot offhand. Now it will only give you when it's in your offhand. We can just copy this and just modifier 1. Now, when it's in your offhand, it will give you half the amount of speed because obviously it's not taking as much space in your inventory. Now, we're going to set the meta now. So we're going to do item dot set item meta, not meet, meta, obviously because we set the variable to meta. So we're just going to set the item meta to the meta variable. Now, all we need to do now is use this so we can actually use it in places. So sword equals item. Now, I'm going to do something insanely simple for the pick. I'm just literally going to copy a thing I've already made for a overpowered pickaxe and just rename it. So we're going to go ahead and just completely copy this code. We don't need this. This is going to be an iron pickaxe. It's going to be create pick. Obviously, we don't need this to be item 2. Super pick or something. And then we can just copy this lord. Not like that. Not like that. Copy. Okay, there we go. And just replace that. Nope, it doesn't. There we go. And I'm just gonna do lock. And again there, and then we're just going to do spick equals item. Now we are so close to being done with this. In our main.java class, there's a couple more things we need to do. First of all, we need to actually register it. So we're going to do on enable, we're going to do item manager dot init, so we can call the method and actually have everything work. Next thing we're going to do is after extends Java plugin, we're going to do implements listener, and please make sure you're using listener from org.bucket.event. If you're using this, it will not work, and your plugin will not work, and nothing will work. You have to make sure for everything you're using listener for that you're using this. Please. Don't be stupid like me and do what I did. Now, we're going to be adding a command here. Now, this command is going to be giving us the item. So we're going to do a public boolean on command. I'm just going to do this. There we go. It auto does everything. And we're just going to get rid of that. Now, public boolean on command, command sender. And then we can just change this to CMD, make it shorter. And everything else is fine. So now, there's a couple of things you can do here. I'm going to do if label dot equals ignore case, and they're going to do the current here. So I'm going to do give, let's just do give pick and give sword. You can do give s pick, you can, see what I mean here? This is going to change into this, so we can just do, if you do here, we can do more actions, and you can, not like that, that's not what I meant to do. I'm pretty sure it's at suppress warnings all. There we go. So if it equals this, and we're also going to do this to make sure that the sender is a player. We're going to do if sender instance of player, and we can just import that, and we're going to make sure this is someone who's not a player. So if it's not a player, we're going to go here, we're going to do this, and then in here, this is whatever you want it will do. So sender dot send message, there was an error while trying to do this. Are you a player? So this is if the console is sending this command. And then we're just going to return true. Now we're going to do here, so a player, okay, we're going to call it player, equals, we're going to call it to player sender. So we're going to get the sender basically. And we're going to do player dot get. There's so much stuff. There is so much stuff you can do. You can do all of it. You can teleport things. You can spawn particles. You can get their XP. You can get their fly speed. You can get their health. You can check if they're sprinting. You can check if they're flying. You can check if you can check everything basically. You can set if they're flying. You can set their fly speed. It's insane. But we're just gonna do player dot get inventory dot add item. We're gonna do item. It's gonna be item stacks. We're gonna do item manager. Dot spec. Sorry for that pause. And now we're just going to copy this and then just do this here and give s sword, and we're just going to do the same thing here but with sword. Now we can just return, return false. Okay. I'm pretty sure we need to add a return true here. And here. Now we can save this. Save this. We can build artifacts, build. And we can then minimize this. go here, go into our server, and start up our server. You can see here our server is starting, and we're just going to make sure there are no problems. And here we go, because the tutorial has been enabled. Now we can check in plugins. We have super items. And now if we head into Minecraft, I have Minecraft already open here. We can refresh. This is my localhost server. Join this. We can I might slash, I'm not opt. 1 second, let me just opt Scyye. Game creative. Alright, give. That is, it is not working. Oh, there's one thing we forgot. You have to go into your plugin.yml commands and just make sure it matches this. So give spick, and now second. There's a ringing in the background. I apologize. There's so much you can do here. So description, gives super pick, usage, obviously slash give spick, and then permission. I'm gonna do, so permission basically means what permission level do you need? Ops or 4. I'm just gonna do 4. I'm just gonna do the same thing. You can also do aliases, so like whatever else you want it to do. So like you can do like if somebody does like GSP or something, it would also give it to them. I'll do that just to show you guys. And then we're gonna do give sword, description, gives super sword, usage slash give sword, permission, not permission message, permission 4, aliases, give ss. Now we're going to build and reload confirm. Not that, reload command. I'm pretty sure we can do. Slash give, not, we have to actually reload the entire server. There we go. Slash give, there we go, spick. We have the, nah, that didn't work. Oh wait, let's see why it didn't work. There's a problem in our item manager. We didn't put an actual color code for, because it just used the S as a color code. Now let's just build artifacts, build, and then reload confirm. Everything's reloaded. Okay, there we go. Now we can slash give spick. There we go. We have the super pick. This item is very super. If you can hold this, you're super. Do you think you're worthy enough? Try holding it to find out. There we go. I guess I'm worthy. And do you see it has the enchantment glint, but it doesn't have any extra like mining speed or anything. Doesn't have fortune. So game mode survival. Not survival, we're gonna go in creative. We're gonna do slash give sword. And now here we go, look, it works. We get the speed, but it's so fast that the auto anti-cheat doesn't even let it work. Now, like this is like insane speeds. My game is lagging, can't even use it. We're running too fast, it didn't even let us. But if we put it in offhand, it gives us half the speed, so we can actually like somewhat use it. Again, we're getting insanely lag back here. Obviously 30 and 15 insane amounts of speed. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Next episode is going to be adding custom recipes to the vanilla recipe thing, and also you can use your own materials. And I will see you all in the next one. We're also going to be adding abilities and recipes. So, that too. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Scyye. and I will see you all in the next one.